Hello and welcome to the IDL. My name's Nick, and this is Gluttony Earth. Here to interrupt the fun, it's Kyle. That's the laugh of someone who's anti-having fun. Here to pick it up, it's Adam.
Sure, yeah.
You know, you're not down for some good ska?
Not as much.
Okay. Here to touch down and spin it around. It's BakaZombie.
Hey, you already know it. We out here. We in that end zone. We got that baseball bat. We out here.
And special guest on today's episode, Kane. Welcome to the show, Kane.
I only have 5 more colors before I've pooped the rainbow.
Oh.
Ooh.
So you do the math.
That you say only
I got
5 more, but that's like the majority
five.
of it. That's like the majority of the rainbow. That's not only 5 more.
If you know your colors, you can probably guess what I've pooped.
I don't like any of the options. We need to move on. I already hate this. This is bad. We can't spend any more time.
No. We have to get down
No.
to which colors we think scientifically Kane has pooped. He's had
Frank,
3 of them, he said.
If he's
Okay, well,
actually
sorry.
Berry and Blueberry, those cover 2.
Yeah.
It depends on what the bans is for this episode, because
Okay.
what color Kane is pooping may be better.
Well, my bance actually is when this comes out, I'll have just gotten back from Gen Con. So that was a real fun trip I have had. There was a lot of people there. I probably bought things. I don't know how easily they transported. I didn't make plans until way too late on what I was going to do, so I probably drove there. Actually, no, I'm curious. This is my predicament, and I'm wondering what your guys' thoughts are on this. So either I can drive there, which I believe will be 8 hours driving, and I can just drive around the city and do stuff like that, which sounds like it'll be hell. Or I can fly there and either get like a rental or just Uber everywhere. But my problem is, if I fly there, it's going to be a lot harder transporting all the shit I buy to get back.
Yeah, drive.
To drive, yeah.
Drive.
Yeah.
But then I'm also having to drive in Gen Con Indianapolis.
Yeah, drive.
I mean,
Amount of
or you'll
places
be
I've driven on a whim,
flying in Gen Con
and
Indianapolis.
then getting a rental and driving your rental around.
Well, then I was thinking, that's why I was like, well, I could just Uber places, which would be
but
pricey, but then I don't have to navigate the traffic myself.
You're also putting your life in the hands of somebody else even more so than you already are driving yourself.
Yeah.
Hey, I Uber a lot. I'm still here.
Kyle.
I'll have you know, I got a permit.
Hell yeah, that means he's more valid on this opinion. Congrats.
I took the test. It was extremely easy.
Yeah. He could have had a license this whole goddamn time if he wanted. He's just choosing not to. Okay, so then I think possibly the plan is I drive there, which is 8 hours, which means if anything happens to my car, it kind of sucks in that trip time.
That's the risk you take, baby.
It's a risk you take. And then I could just Uber once I'm there, possibly.
Yeah.
So I don't have to drive my own car in the city. And then I could still have support room to get back with everything.
Yeah,
That's possibilities. Those are the possibilities I was thinking.
that's a good medium if you really don't want to drive your car.
You can get wasted.
It's because I didn't luck out on hotels, so it's just more annoying to get to and from the convention every day.
Yeah.
See, this is what I do. I decide at 11 p.m. that I'm driving to Omaha, Nebraska. Make it there by 8 a.m. for when the zoo opens. walk around the zoo the entire day, and then have to figure out where I'm going to sleep and see there's a $50 hotel not a block from the zoo. That's called the Zoo Hotel, not affiliated. And hope I don't get robbed or die at that hotel. I've done that to Omaha twice and Cincinnati slash what was the other town in Ohio? It's Cincinnati and
Columbus?
another, not Columbus. There's another big zoo.
Coma?
Toledo.
Toledo.
Man.
That's like the northern half.
Yep. I drove to all of them within a day. not all of them.
I was gonna say, wow.
I knew what you meant. Yeah.
You spend a half an hour at a Zoom, like, oh, I gotta make the next one.
Yeah. I did do that in when I went to a Pokemon tournament in Madison. The last day I went to the Madison Zoo and it was bad, so I drove to Milwaukee and went to the Milwaukee Zoo in the same day.
Madison to Milwaukee isn't too bad.
No.
Yeah. And then I drove home,
It's
which was
That's
I mean, that's still like that's a day trip, but like doing all
It's a
that at once. But it
day
is a
trip.
shitty day overall. I don't usually go on. Well, like, so this will be my first time going to Gen Con by myself. So like, it's nice that I'll have the freedom to do random shit rather than being on other people's clock. Because they were driving last time. So it was. I did check the zoo. And you do have to pay $30 to get into the zoo there. So I don't know if I'm going to go to the zoo.
inflation, baby.
I think I've only ever been to free zoos before. So I'm glad we solved this plan. You guys got anything big fun planned for the summer or the rest of the year you're looking forward to?
Hootie and the Blowfish, baby.
Oh, right. You will have had been to Hootie by this point.
Yeah, Hootie and Creed.
And Creed.
oh my god.
Can you take me?
I would have loved to have gone to those also, but I just transferred works job places, so I couldn't getting the time off to do that just is not possible. God,
That
that
night,
was so fun.
$60.
That night, $60. Ooh, it's tempting. We'll see. Yeah, we'll see. We'll update you. And
Hey,
you know what?
find out.
In like 3 months, we'll let you know. We'll let you know what happened. Actually, you know what? Reminding me of letting people know what happened. I think we should hit up that recap finally. So, in the last episode, the crew had settled back into life in the big city. They decided they were going to tie some loose ends up while they were home. Darius started preparations for a memorial pillar in honor of Thelum that they would place in the conservatory. Endien looked further into her dark gifts and also checked in again with the Court of the Four Seasons. King Anar wasn't there because he was too busy dealing with negotiations up north involving the skirmishes that have been happening. So instead, she spoke with her sister Ilare about the ordeal. But once again, Endien was assured things were fine and she needn't worry. Silas, knowing his cult tends to always be within reach, went to go see if he could find anyone, but unfortunately, having just arrived in this new town, no one yet has shown, but it's only a matter of time. So he instead went and helped Endien and Darius with the remainder of preparations for the memorial service. Thelum, working hard to make good on his promise to Thelum's orphans, not Thelum, I said Thelum, I wrote Thelum, I meant Temenos. Temenos, working hard to make good on his promise to Thelum's orphans, spent his focus exclusively on spending time with them and showing them the religion of the Triumvirate, hoping that a son of Ida could give them new hopes and closures. And then we closed off this episode with everyone attending the memorial. Does anyone have any nice words to say about Thelum?
I wasn't ready to do this. I don't know.
fuck? I'm joking. I don't know about that.
Silas suspiciously feels like there was no chance in hell he would have ever met Thelum. Sometimes silence is the best thing you can say.
Yeah, I cannot come with anything to say right now.
Silence is louder than any words ever were.
What?
You heard me.
Just pour one out for the guy, and then we continue on with the rest of your lives.
That bastard didn't tell me he was trying to die.
Okay, yeah. Well, obviously, I mentioned, I kind of closed off the ceremony last episode. I just wanted to see if you had anything, if you were interested in anything with that.
No, I haven't thought about that one since the last episode.
Yeah. If anything, then I'm curious if you guys have specific plans then still for things you would like to do.
Yes, as always.
I'm going to be honest. For some reason, I thought the last episode was where we were still on the island and I was talking to the dragon.
No, you completely missed two episodes.
I thought that happened for some reason before we went to the island. I don't know why. It's been too long. I gotta think now.
I can start at least, because again, I have some things I would like to take care of. So Darius is going to start working on retraining his subclass.
Okay. Let me bring up the old Darius retraining rules. I scrolled way past them in my notes. Because I don't have my own stuff alphabetically for some fucking reason. I only wrote these like 2 years ago.
So it's a base meter of 14, but that's reduced by
your
twice
intelligence
the main ability.
modifier.
Yeah,
Twice, twice your.
So it's down to
modifier.
6.
Down to 6.
And we negotiated that I think I'm replacing 2 features, but with some of the RP stuff we've done, we've gotten that down to 1 feature's worth, so it's only costing me 100 gold.
Yes. Yes, that sounds right.
That's what I
And if it wasn't right, and we talked about it on air, I'll correct you in a few months from now. After I've edited that episode. Yeah. So what is your, how are you approaching this retraining?
I think after getting everything set up with Thelum's Memorial, not unusually, Darius kind of retreats into his workshop, as he does most of the time when we've gotten back from a mission, and kind of works on some things, crafts some stuff. He always has some project that he's working on or thinking of. The difference, though, this time around is as he's kind of moving in and out and working on things, obviously his armor has always been like retracts essentially into his rings as part of his class features. So for the first time since like the very start of this group working together, as his workshop doors open, you would see his plate armor on an armor stand as he's taking apart some of the components of it and both downgrading it, quote unquote, into half plate and seeing a lot of like armatures and like robotics, clockwork typed things scattered about as he is also creating his steel defender out of some of the components of his armor.
Okay. So like I said, you need a thing of 6, right?
Yes.
So if you want, you can go ahead and do your rolls for that, and then let me know how long that takes you.
Okay. Are these just straight up intelligence checks?
I believe they are going to be
Or some specific skill?
I was gonna say probably with your look at using your tools. It's probably intelligence with your proficiency with your tools or something like that, right?
Fuck yeah, I get double proficiency with my tools. So
there you go.
Excellent.
Oh, there you go.
Great.
So you do those, and then you let me know how long that takes.
Cool.
Does anyone else have anything specific that they're interested in doing? I know a lot of you have significantly less time-consuming things you got to do, so I just don't know exactly if you guys have plans.
I have a question.
Oh yeah.
From my notes from last time.
Yeah.
So I have the bonus action enhanced abilities. I have 3 of those. Blah blah blah. Team memory.
Yep.
I have it. I have this written down. Advantage, and then I have 1, 2, 1, 2 written. Does that mean I have 4 advantages, or what does that mean? Do you know? It was something from the preparing for the funeral.
Yeah. I just gotta look at what the results were again.
Because I know I just got like a bunch.
Right.
Of
This is reminding me because in
people.
my notes I didn't put down the full team building rules, so I have to look up the book that some of that was from. Let me just check that out so I can tell you exactly what that means. Friggin' find it.
Freaking fracking.
This
Freaking fracking. I was just leeching off of everybody else's downtime.
Yeah.
Be nice to each other and get advantages off it.
It's because we kept doing fucking insight checks, and you were... Darius was trying to do an insight check, and he's horrible at wisdom, so...
So what I have here is something like they have advantage on the next check they make during downtime activity, and they gain a team building memory, or the best version was 2 team building memories. So what did you write down specifically again?
So I have team memory, bonus action, enhance ability, 1, 2, 3. So I assume I have 3 of those. 3 uses.
That makes sense, because you probably got 1 with one of them, and then 2 of them with the other one.
Yeah, and then I have advantage, underline, 1, 2, and 1, 2.
1.
That's mysterious.
So I don't know if I got 2 advantages from different places.
I don't know what that would do. Because as far as I know, you would only have advantage on the next check made during downtime.
Okay, I'll just treat it as that, though.
So you would have 2 advantage. Okay. You get advantage for 2 different checks, probably.
Okay.
You now have 6 advantages.
I assumed I was trying to write 4 for some dumb reason, but yeah, 2's fine. I'll go with that because that sounds better anyway. But as far as things as Endien wants to do, she's already exhausted research accounts up to this point, and kind of knows where she wants to go check out next. So other than planting the Atlantis flowers and getting those started, probably just waiting for news on things, or if somebody if Darius or Silas come up with something. But she wants to go just do not odd jobs necessarily, but if there are towns nearby that have problems with monsters, fucking.
You've done it before. Yeah, you've done it before.
Yeah.
You've just gone to just make money on stuff.
Can I make experience off it?
You want
killing monsters.
Did Temenos have anything he wanted to do specifically?
So with the death of Thelum, it's really impacted Temenos a lot more emotionally than he thought it would. Mm-hmm. So he is going to take this time to go and visit his mother.
Oh, okay. Things are lining up for the old Bumble stuff.
I'm just killing you when you're
How about Silas? Does Silas have anything? I know you don't have a lot of leads that you're pursuing mostly, because I know you're kind of in a space where you're waiting for your cult to arrive to talk to them, and then also waiting for times to kill curses with. But
Okay. So, looking at Silas, would you let me replace one of his Eldritch Invocations?
One of his Eldritch Invocations. Yes, I probably would. Let me look at something real quick. I just want to see what the Warlock has specific. Because I know, like, with Tasha's, a lot of classes got, like, really easy ways to replace features.
I think it's next time I gain.
Yeah, so I think it's usually, like, on your next level, you gain stuff. Which invocation are you looking to replace and what for?
Armor of Shadows. It might be Grasp Hadar. Or Agonize.
Okay. So let me just. Sorry, I just want a million things to read.
Yep. Might be, yeah.
Okay, yeah, it is. Okay, it's when you gain a level in the class. As a feature, so in general, you're kind of doing the same thing that... What is Silas's intelligence modifier?
Huh. 0.
0. Okay.
He's average.
This is going to sound strange, but you might have a quicker time changing it through a level up than you do through training. You can do it through training. So you said a 0?
Yeah.
I
think so. I don't want to put more levels into Warlock.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, because you would have to complete a meter, a retrain meter of 14 in order to do it. So that would be about 7 weeks worth of training and practice. Only because your intelligence is average. The DC for these is 13. I'm assuming you would just be doing Arcana or Religion checks. So I assume you'd be able to smash these. But it probably would still take just time. And to be fair, Darius could just be taking as much time. But I don't know if you guys are all as a group interested in waiting 7 weeks.
I thought of a couple more things that I'd like to ask. That might take some more time too, if I can do them. Respectfully, I haven't read every single thing you've sent, so this is why I'm asking you.
No problem.
Instead of knowing. Is there a way to just straight up train your ability scores, or can you only like swap them around and / take ability score improvements at the level that you're able to?
Pretty sure at one point Thelm was trying to.
Thelm was training
his
strength. Yeah.
Okay, then the two things I thought of is Endien training her strength by like just taking time practicing with the King's Sword. Just to get it above 8.
Yeah.
And then, God, what was the other one? Oh, if there was a way to, because I'm never taking a ranger spell with her again, as far as I'm aware. Is there a way for a downtime activity to switch one of her spells out for a new one? Because the only way rangers can switch spells is by taking another level in ranger.
Yeah. which I know you don't want to do either. So here's something I realized. Thelum, what is your...
Thelum, he's dead.
Thelum's
God
dead.
Damn it!
He was
Twice
dead.
I've said Thelum, called 2 people Thelum that weren't Thelum.
He's dead. We gotta move on. He's dead. We'll never talk about him again.
It just rolls off the tongue. Thelum is an easy word to say. It's like, it starts with a soft and it just rolls into that elum. What is the Warlock's key class ability score? That's charisma, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay. What is your charisma modifier, Silas?
+4.
Okay. And Endien, what is your... It's wisdom. Is it wisdom?
Casting is wisdom for ranger.
Okay. What's your mod for that?
Endien's modifier is +3.
Right. I realized that if I have it in here that if you're training a class feature, I use your class's thing instead. So it would not take as long for either of you to do those things as. Okay. So for like, if you want to switch your invocation, it instead you would need a meter of 6.
Yeah.
And Endien would need a meter of 8.
Meter of 8.
Which is minimum.
And what about if I'm trying to improve my strength? I mean, I don't expect to be like get it super high, but if I can like at least 1 point during this downtime would be fucking cool. 8, right? Why did I make the bar 5?
I think I treated it because I don't have anything specifically about ability scores for some reason. But I probably I assume I treated it just like where I have for gaining proficiency in something.
Mm-hmm.
What is your intelligence modifier?
+0.
+0. So that one would take a meter of 14, which still was basically just kind of passively doing it to spend time. It was just like an overall thing.
I think he spent
kind
like
of be her passive thing too.
Okay.
Doing the odd jobs and then trying to switch out our spell.
So here I have a proposition for you.
If it's sex for money, no.
Yeah. So 2 of you had ideas for something that I thought might work really well for just time consumption. Because I know Darius was going to be taking a while, and I know you guys usually don't have as much stuff as Darius does. If you want, you could go on a mini mission in which I have something prepared that Ruhk could try and cash in on his favor.
Damn it. Yeah, I might as well get that out of the way.
Because then Darius could probably spend his time doing his training. You could go on with Ruhk. Ruhk is fine with having more people come. So if, say, Temenos wanted to join, he could go with. If Silas wanted to go, he could go with. He probably wouldn't want Darius. He probably wouldn't want Darius to come with just because he's not a librarian, and it's just a pain in his ass to have to deal with non-librarians coming with in case something goes wrong.
Same.
It could be our elven mini adventure.
Yeah,
Elves only.
Elves only, except for the guy who's funding this, who's in a half orc.
Sure.
So it's up to you guys how many you want, but Ruhk does send you a message mentioning possibly cashing in on this favor.
Oh yeah, she'll mention it to Silas and Temenos, and like just tell Darius that she's going to be going to do something, knowing that he's busy AF.
As Temenos hears this, he completely shifts gears and is willing to help.
Silas will help you out also.
Cool. I'd say like in the next day, eventually Ruhk makes landfall with his airship outside of the like western gates of New Veneer. Eventually he probably asks you where to find you guys because you do not live in the same place as you did when he last came here.
I'll just meet him at the west gate.
Okay. All right. So I have this thing that I want to do. It's my mom's birthday coming up, and she's been looking to get she's really been looking to get some recipes in with a monster that she's doesn't really come around too often. So I was thinking of going in trying to hunt this thing for her. I was thinking your capabilities would be probably appreciated if you have more to marry, because this thing's kind of a tough creature as far as I know. This is what it says in the books.
What exactly is it?
He'll invite you guys up into his airship if that's where you guys want to talk about the mission. Okay, so there's this creature known as a golem mole. Huge sons of bitches. Primarily live underground. He like pulls out like an old like book that like is like a bestiary basically of like creatures that have been like documented that aren't like common to any degree. So it's like, and it's kind of got like mentions of like what they're into, what people know about them, possibilities of where to find them, things like that, maybe like recipes, even like things that are like useful to pull from them. And he pulls out this, he flips this page, and it's like this, you get like this illustration of this like hulking, like spiked giant mole with like huge star-shaped tendrils sticking out from its face. These things, and actually if Temenos wants to give me a nature or history check.
Okay, just a sec. Nature or history?
Yeah. One of those two.
Let's do history.
Okay.
And
What was it, 10?
yeah.
Okay, yeah, you're kind of a sheltered kid. You're not really looking at this information. Alright, so yeah, these things, they live, supposedly you can find them around the nation of Algernon, right? So these things will, they don't come up to the surface often. However, it's the pregnant ones. They come up to the surface, and that's where they find a water source and give birth to the youngs, to the litters. So, the thing is, golem moles, soon after pregnancy, tend to die. I'm not sure why, just that's what's listed in here, is that they don't live very long after pregnancy. So I'm assuming it's just a painful part of their process or whatever. So, the idea is, if it's going to be dying anyways, we just go in and we can try and take out one of those. Because that's probably the best chance we're going to have to find one, is when it comes up to the surface.
There isn't any time that the offspring need their mother to survive?
No, not as far as I know. They're pretty self-reliant. At least it says it's not really, like, the mother just tends to abandon them, so I don't know if they have, if instinctually they just have some ideas. They say they're moles. They're probably more like marsupials, if anything.
That doesn't help the situation.
What I'm saying is they probably live, by the point that they're birthing, it's more like they're just expelling the children at that point.
Marsupials keep their children in pouches for a very long time.
Well, it's probably been in there for a very long time then.
Do an insight check on this idiot.
yeah. I don't know. There's a fantasy fucking monster.
I know it's a fantasy monster. Like, I was going with it. Like, yeah, that makes sense. I don't know. I was like, yeah, it makes sense. Like, more like marsupials. Like, wait, that's where
I don't know. I'm trying to help you understand that this thing's.
Yeah, no,
they're fine. They have a.
Yeah, I was gonna do an insight either which way. I did terribly, so it doesn't matter. But
okay. No, it's again, it's not like these things pop up very often. All I've got is this book here. It gives me information on it. But as far as I can tell, the life cycle of them is they birthed, and then they scavenge on their own, and they just dig back down below the earth. I think that's why they find water sources, so it's easier for them to find things like worms or some shit they can eat in the nice soil.
Okay.
That's a guess.
Not laughing.
Yeah, it's a guess. I don't. Who knows? Maybe they fish. I don't really know. I'm not ready.
All right. Well, how far do we have to go for this?
Oh, it's a ways out. We have to travel all the way over to the eastern continent. Get over to Ring, and then that's where Algernon is. So it's gonna take a while of travel, and it's about trying to find and locate this thing. Supposedly, we're heading into. Supposedly, we're heading into their birthing season. I don't know what to call it. Their birthing season. What is it called?
I mean, yeah.
The cycle of the season of the cycle in which they have their young.
What time of year is it? just for my own little head canon.
It's winter. It's winter.
Okay. That's
it's basically January. Bruce Ring is closer to the equator.
Yeah, that's fair.
It is a much warmer climate.
Okay.
So it's not like right now. There's snow like caking everything near you here.
We're caking.
We're caking. But yeah, so it's a much warmer climate. But yeah, so that's the goal at least, is to hunt one of these things down so I can bring it back for me ma.
All right.
No, I'm typically more of a animal trainer than an animal hunter, so I assumed you might be able to help me out this a bit more.
Well, I'm ready if everybody else is.
Knowing that we're going to Algernon, Temenos is just like a little kid, just running around the airship, just like super excited.
At 20 feet per
25 feet.
Yeah.
So fast.
Moves around with that armor.
He gets tired.
No, but he's just excited that he's going home.
Is everything all right with this one?
Honestly, I'm not sure. He's been very depressed these last few days, and now he's running around. Temenos, did you have too much sugar earlier?
Oh,
no. He was a librarian.
That's what he says.
I get to go home. No, you don't understand. I haven't been back. I haven't been back since I got my license, and now I have an excuse to go home, and then he just runs off again.
Where's she running off to?
The other side of the ship? Is there anything where in the ship he shouldn't end up being?
Most places, I assume. He's been on the ship once before, and you gotta stick to your rooms. No, it's fine, but you need to calm down a bit. All right, none of this. You're gonna spook the animals. All right.
Okay. I'm sorry. I don't want to spook the animals. I'll slow down as you see him just like almost like tiptoe at this point.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, you hear like this like. And around a corner, like a really like cranky, glaring boar waddles around like the corner of one of the halls of the ship, and is just like glaring at Temenos.
Temenos will almost go into like a bow, just, I am very sorry, Mr. Pig, and slowly back up.
First of all, you address him by his name. It's Mocus.
Ocus, I am very sorry for the disturbance.
Second of all, you're lucky that all he did is waddle in. This one gets real tempered. Alright, Mocus. And then he like whistles, and Mocus snorts again and turns around and heads back to wherever his den is on the ship. That's Mocus. He should be a bit of a help for us. Hopefully he can help us navigate anything that's underground or something. Sniff out some things. And if you'd like, we can just go into a mission building with you three. I already have the patron, which would just be Ruhk. And the location, which is... well, we know it's in Eldron, so I'll leave that open in case you guys have anything else. Oh, no, I take it back. I know what's going on with that. So I have filled in 3 things for this. So I have the patron, which is Ruhk, the location, which is some Algernon water source, and one of the troubles, which is hunting the golem mole. You guys are doing this on Rook's ship, so you don't get any bonuses for this. But we do have several things open that you guys can try and decide what's going to be on this mini mission. If you guys would like to roll initiative.
That's a 22.
13.
That is a 26.
26. Okay. So... I'm like lost in my own documents.
Lost in the sauce.
Okay, so Silas, you can come up there. You can decide there's either. So what's available left to like kind of fill out this mission is a second trouble, a reward, anything to do with your quests, and anything extra that's unspecified.
Is the animal we're hunting blind?
It's unsure. You know it lives underground, so there's a chance that it could have trouble seeing, but I don't know if there's a good way to determine that yet.
Okay.
What was your intention with it? That's what. So maybe we can.
Oh, just to fuck with Temenos. Say that like shiny shit. He's wearing shiny armor.
Oh.
For a trouble. Even though this is a favor, can I just go for a reward and have Ruhk give us like money?
That one I might veto just because this is a favor that Endien owes. So I would think probably more rewards out of like what possibility you might get out of the mission itself with the location. Maybe there's something that you think might be there, or Ruhk could confirm is something that's available there, something like that. If it's coming from specifically Ruhk, probably not going to happen from Ruhk.
If anything, I'm just gonna go for. Would it be? I don't know what this would be. There's a cursed item there for me.
Okay, yeah.
I don't know if that would be extra, trouble, or reward.
You could fill that for any of them, I think.
I'll go with trouble.
So you're just so your rumor is that there's a cursed item there, right?
Yes.
Okay, give me an investigation. Sorry, wait. If I remember right, Endien can come up with a twist.
This was for trouble?
Yeah, it's a twist in these. There's a cursed item there.
Temenos' mother is in possession of the cursed item.
Ooh, all right. Give me an investigation check.
How many honor?
Can I make it true? I believe it is If you fail, you can spend 5 to turn it into a success.
Oh, baby, I have enough for that. Okay, let me...
Or you can do 2 just to reroll.
Oh, I'm just gonna roll.
You're looking for a DC 15.
Doesn't fucking matter. I rolled a nat 20.
Oh, because you rolled a nat 20, you can choose to either ignore the twist, or you can, the aspect can be chosen a second time to expand on it. So you could expand on this.
I don't mind meeting his mother. I'll expand.
Okay. What else would you like there to be about this?
They're super. No. Wait, can I just do that? There's 2 curses.
Yeah, there's 2 of them. Okay.
Okay.
Let me just fill that out. Okay. Endien, there's reward, quest, and extra left.
Extra. There's another monster that hunts the mole.
Ooh, okay. Temenos, if you want to give me a twist to that. Right now, the rumor is just that there's a second type of monster that hunts the golems.
Okay. Twist is that monster has the ability to fly.
Okay. Endien, if you would like to give me either a nature or an investigation.
I'll go for nature. Nat 1 for a 4.
Nat 1. So, as a Nat 1, that is... let's see here. Yes, so you guys... Absolutely, that is what is the case. You guys are expecting there to be another monster that might try and swoop in at the same time you guys are hunting this thing. Alright. Temenos, you can either get a reward or something to fill one of your quest meters. What would you like to do?
Let's do something that will fill one of the quest meters.
Okay. So are you are you looking to do something with the main quest? Or are you looking to do with your personal quest with finding the?
You know what? Let's see if there's an opportunity for Temenos to learn something about the fountain.
Okay. Do you have anything more specific that you think about it, or just there is an opportunity?
I guess my thought is similar to the tree that we saw underwater.
Yeah.
Tree that had that knowledge, so like a similar opportunity to that.
Okay.
That's kind of what I'm thinking.
All right. Silas, what is the twist?
You've already cursed my mom, dude. Like, come on.
It's Sharuma's house.
So it's to gain that knowledge. Temenos said it's something akin to that tree.
Yeah.
Okay. I can go 2 ways with this. Let's go with the other one. So that thing, whatever it is, to gain that knowledge, is behind a ruined trial of sorts where Temenos needs to... What's your worst stat?
Strength.
Oh my god!
Strength.
It's strength. You know it's strength.
Strength.
Okay.
Dick.
It's basically a strength check trial.
Okay.
Okay. All right. if you would like to give me either a religion or a nature check. You're looking for DC 15.
And Temenos is doing this check.
Yes, Temenos is doing this check.
And you know what sucked? Your party members.
So I'm sorry. What was the check again?
God damn it!
I'm sorry.
I need either a nature or a religion check from Temenos to see if this rumor is true. You're looking for DC 15.
15. Come on. 22, baby.
22. Is that a nat 20?
No.
No? Okay. So it is true. Good luck. All right, Silas, that leaves you with the reward.
Oh, the reward.
What might you guys find there in this trying times?
Another curse.
A pot full of experience points.
I do kind of need to level up. Since I feel bad, since Darius isn't here, there is a magical gem that can be used to enhance a weapon.
Okay. Endien, do you have any twists?
But it also gives that weapon a curse. We love curses here. I also love that you pick something for Darius when he doesn't use weapons. He just has, he punches.
Something he can grab.
Them,
it's like when you give your spouse a bowling ball because you know they don't like bowling and they'll just give it back to you to use. He could have done something with
gauntlets or something. I don't know.
All right, let's do an Arcana check. Silas.
Oh boy, I'm good at those, huh? That is a 13.
So that is false. There is no magic gems. The only cursed items are the ones that Temenos' mom has. Yeah, you guys settle it out. You guys go over your plans with this and what this might entail. Are you guys ready to just set out, or do you have any prep you want to do before you leave?
I'm good. I'm good.
And Temenos gave a hand signal on an audio podcast.
That works well.
All right. All right, and you guys set off to go to Algernon. Let's check back in with Darius. How is retraining going?
Darius is the best at this. He got it in 6.
He
didn't have to redo any of them. He got it in the exact minimum amount of time that it would take.
Nice, but not less than minimum.
I mean, I didn't have advantage and I didn't roll any nat 20s. Although I did get, because I had to get at least a 3 on all of the dice, I did get 1 3 and 2 4s. So, like, we got it, but we just, like, barely squeaked through.
Okay, so the rest of you. Well, actually, what is Darius doing next with his time? You're in the middle process. You know, at some point they left to go do a mission. I know you have a bunch of stuff you're doing. I'm just wondering if you have anything lined up for after this armor, just in case I need to have you just figure out how much time that takes.
I mean, yeah. Again, I'll probably start on a new set of armor for Temenos, as that's kind of his next priority.
Okay. And I know you've been researching off on your own. What did you come to for how much you had to do. It's an uncommon. You said you were going for something that was uncommon, right?
Yeah, so it's an uncommon item, so that'll be 4 meters. But if possible, can I use some gargoyle silver for this again? I still have a D4 of that.
Yeah, you can do that.
Oh, I still haven't used it all up. Great. So
nice. You are just using it with precision.
Just melting that down as much as
this
possible.
From a sentient creature, so you got to make use of every drop.
Okay, I'm just gonna do. That's then minimum of 3 checks. Cool. I got a nat 20 on my last one, so it'll still take me another 3 downtime.
Okay, now we know he's going. It's going to take about a week to get to Algernon for everyone. He's got to make a pit stop along the way, just to like refuel and restock. You realize that the only animal he has on board right now is Mocus the boar. I mean, yeah, you haven't. I don't know if you guys have anything you want to talk about, or if you're interested in anything on the travel, or we can just get to town, basically, or to Algernon, somewhere in Algernon.
I don't have anything specific.
Okay. Yeah. Eventually, you guys see in the distance a very Mediterranean type landscape. It's very. There's a lot. You see a lot of shrublands. You see it's very. There's some places that are lush, some places that are very flat and dry. A lot of old structured buildings. They know that you're coming there. Ruhk's already done any paperwork he needs to get done to go on this mission. Eventually, Temenos, give me the name of the town your mother lives in right now, because I know she lives in a community home type. But I'm wondering, what do you say the name of that place is?
Haragor.
So you guys arrive in the city of Haragor. It's very old buildings. You see it's like a form of concrete that everything's formed of. It's very old. Somewhat reminds you of the building structures from Nimrud and Atlantis. Some of the oldest, probably not the oldest, but some of the oldest structures still intact on Fracterra are the cities built in Algernon. It's very warm here. You see maybe in the distance as you're landing, like a pack of wild dogs in the distance. You do notice large birds of prey as you're flying there. You don't think it's going to be an issue like near the urban areas, but you do notice out there in some of the more rockier mountainous areas, you off the distance, you see giant birds that fly around. Not enough to give you trouble based off the distance that you have. As you're touching down here, you land a little outside of the city, and Ruhk's like, all right, I just got to do some preparations here, get some stuff settled. You do what you need to do for town. If you got something you need to do, just meet me back here in about an hour or two, I think. I should be all set to go with things. If you could possibly, if you have time to look around and maybe ask about good water sources in the area or something like that while I'm doing some prep work, that'd be good.
All right.
Will do. Thanks, Ruhk. As you just see Temenos just like bolt off the ship.
He said he's a librarian.
That's what he says. He knows where the ship's parked. Walk off the ship.
Silas will follow.
Okay. We know where Temenos is heading. Temenos gets to this. How are you guys following Temenos at all, or are you just doing your own thing?
No, I think we're going to anything that appears to be like a tavern or somewhere where people would meet that we could get information on good water sources that moles lay their babies at to go on with their lives.
Okay. We'll start with Temenos. You make your way. You know exactly where you're going. The streets are busy. You guys arrive mid-morning. So everyone's. It's not the sun isn't high noon, so it's not blazing out. So everyone is still active and bustling before it gets too hot. You're pushing your way through the crowd the best you can. You're not really like you maybe think of like a scene of someone like running through a crowd and like they're being shoved but they're still making progress. You're kind of doing that, but you're also like getting pushed back a bunch from the crowds because you're not strong enough to like bully your way through the hustle and bustle. So it probably takes you a bit longer than you'd like to. But eventually you get to this columned building. It's a little bit larger. You know this to be a community home, basically, an area where people can live here when they're not, when it's harder for them to take care of themselves at the time. So they go here, and it's like a resourceful, like everyone kind of lifts each other up here. So it's not necessarily like a retirement home or maybe even like hospice, but like it is like a communal area for people who are struggling to live a standard living. You make your way in. There is you see like an official who like works there. He's like hanging out in the lounge area. He just sees you kind of like running in full armor, spear on your back, shield and spear on your back, running full armor, trying to get through here. He's like, excuse me, sir.
Yes.
So, you're causing a commotion here. What's the matter?
I'm very sorry, sir. I'm looking for Hillel's room.
You're looking for Hillel's. Oh, I didn't even recognize you. You've grown so much.
Yes, Temenos.
Yes, Temenos, of course. I'm sure Hillel would be very excited to see you.
How is she doing?
She's doing well. She's as well as usual. Things move a bit slower here, but it's not an issue as far as I'm aware. She'll be delighted to see you, of course, but it's been so long since you came to visit her.
Yes, I've been busy with my studies.
And he like looks at the spear and shield on your back. I'm sure you have. Right, I will go and let her know you're here. I'll be
wonderful.
I'll lead you to her afterwards. I think.
Thank you.
And he'll wander off, leaving you alone in this lobby area. You see like some people who are like wheelchaired, like leaving and coming and going, or like you just see just like a lot of different types of like. I mean, it's nothing that's like too. There's a lot of people who live here, like a range of either like disabilities or troubles. So it's not like a very obviously like specialty area, but like you'll see like a lot of different people kind of coming and going, none of which are armed to the teeth. Trying to bust in here, but eventually okay.
Temenos would just make like some small conversations with people. It's like he's really in an affable mood, and it just if he sees someone who's just like sitting in the lobby, he would just start up like small talk.
May the triumvirate bless you, young man.
And to you as well. How has the weather been this season?
Dry. Very dry, but it's good for the bones.
Yes. Yes, especially here. You say it's been dry. Do you happen to know of any particularly dry pockets of the desert, or is it just general dryness?
Just a general dryness. It's just been
Just one of those winters.
One of those winters. I don't think we have winters here. I don't know. We're very southern. I don't know geography enough to know. I don't think there'd be winters down here, right?
I don't know. It's a fantasy world.
You got moles that are marsupials that birth in the winter near water sources that eat worms but are large enough for like multiple people to hunt. I don't know what the fuck is going on in this continent. Things are weird in Algernon.
When in Rome.
It's winter still, but there's just
that's what I was wondering. I just didn't know because it's more like Greek climate, so I just don't know enough.
Hey guys, Algernon, local here. It's we don't have winters.
Yeah. No, it's been particular. It's just been dry. It's just one of those seasons.
When was the last rain?
I'd say about 3 weeks ago.
3 weeks. Goodness. Yes, it has been dry. Huh. Any unusual activity from any of the wildlife that you've noticed?
I don't leave this building very often, so I'm unsure.
That's fair. Kind of a silly question. Well, thank you for your time, sir, and I hope the Triumvirate blesses you in your day.
And bless you too, young man. And eventually, the guard comes and seeing you small talking, and leads you back to Halela's room. He leads you down some like hallways, and it opens up to a more like open area, like open ceilinged room. But there is like a lot of comfortable like lounge, like chaise and just like comfort areas. There's like a little mini like in the corner, like a spring in her room that she's able to use. She's just kind of lounging. And of course she's elven, and you wouldn't know she was a day over 40. But she's laying there, and then she's, "Oh, my Temenos, you're here to visit me."
Oh, mother. And then I take off my shield and spear, and then I go and I give her a hug.
I haven't seen you in... Why, was it 2 weeks ago? Was it...
Yes, mother,
4
it's been
years
2
ago?
weeks. No, mother, just 2 weeks. That's
2
all
weeks.
that's all it took.
Oh. You've grown quite a lot since I remember.
That's the human in me, I guess. You don't age quite as gracefully as you.
Oh, nonsense. You're still my precious young boy. You always will be.
Oh, Mom.
You can't age out of that.
I have some wonderful news, Mom.
Oh?
I completed my licensing. I'm a librarian.
Congratulations.
Yes. Oh, and I've got a crew of friends that I wish to help.
And you're leading your own congregate. I am so proud of you.
My own congregate.
I know you've been working hard to do this. You got your license. I'm sure you've seen all over the world by now.
Parts of the world. I still have a bit more to spread the word, but yeah, I've been somewhat traveled in these 2 weeks.
Of course. I'm getting tired.
Yes, would you like to rest? Is there anything you need from me?
No, of course not. You've come all this way to come back here, my young boy. Oh, I'm so happy that you're here.
I love you,
What
Mother.
has it been? 2 weeks?
Yes, 2 weeks, Mother.
4 years.
No, Mother, it's only been 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
As you see Temenos just kind of lead her back to the bed, and as she starts to lay down, he gets a glass of water and leaves it by her bed table.
Oh, thank you for the water. Oh, they teach you how to be very polite to your parents in the church, don't they?
Oh, Mother, you know I've always been polite.
Water. One of the many elements that the Triumvirate blesses us with.
Yes. Mother, are you sure there's nothing else you need?
Seeing you is all I need in this world.
I love you, Mom.
I love you too. You're my young boy. I just wish you'd visit a little bit more often. What's it been? 2 weeks since you've been here? 4
2
years.
weeks. 2 weeks, Mom.
2 weeks.
2 weeks. You should you should get some rest.
Oh, I think I should. May the Triumvirate bless you.
You as well, Mother.
And then she'll head back to her lounge where she was laying down before you got to her. And she slowly drifts off to sleep.
Temenos is gonna wipe his face, because he's obviously been crying through part of this. And then he's gonna head back to the lobby, see if he can find that guard.
Okay. Switching gears a little bit, we find Silas and Endien navigating this bustling city, looking for a place to stay. Eventually, or not stay, but to inquire the locals. I think eventually you find a building that is marked as it's just referred to as the watering hole.
Oh, how cliche. I actually thought
cliche.
that's what it was going to be called.
Yeah. But you get inside and you realize it is a mixture of a cocktail bar and a like they have like a bathhouse. Like you've got like hot spring area, you've got like a sauna area. So it's like people getting cocktails and then hanging out in saunas and springs.
Let's not spend too long in here, or mold will start growing in my bark. Is there any?
I keep forgetting that. Bark on your skin.
Every time Silas sees Endien, for like the first time in like an hour, he's like, "Oh, I forgot about that."
She would stop doing that. It doesn't help my self-esteem. Is there anybody that looks more outdoorsy or ranger-esque that would have information on the...
So something you learn pretty fast about Algernon. It is a country of the urban. They are hot into society and urbanism and all of the delicacies that come from it. Scholarly pursuits, not a whole lot of championshipness in this area. It's like Greece or Rome, ancient Greece or Rome, without the military aspect to it.
This place is terrible. What about the bartenders? They usually have information of the...
Yeah,
you
can
the most information.
Yeah. They'd probably hear the most coming in and out of people talking and drinking and talking and drinking. Yeah, you can approach the bar. There is an elven man who's just like washing some dishes up there while waiting for customers who want some cocktails.
Hello, could I get one of your specialties, please?
Of course, why not? This one we call the Grassy Boulder. and it's like a green cocktail with like a frozen rock in the middle of it.
So it's a moth flying around my room. Like he's flying right next to me every time I go to start talking. It sounds.
It wants in your mouth.
Yeah, it wants in. How much for it? Sounds interesting.
3 gold.
Oh, that's it. That's the deal. So put 3 gold on the counter, and it's like he's starting to mix it. Me and my friend are new to this place, and we were just wondering if there's any large water sources nearby. We wanted to vacation there.
Vacation out in the wild.
We wanted to take in exotic sights. We have a caravan that's very luxurious, so we wouldn't be.
Oh, I see. Well, we actually source our waters from the Wisdom Falls. There's a we get a lot of the water flow, the hot springs coming directly from there. It's just a little bit. It's probably there's the source of it's a little bit up in the hills. It's about possibly half a day's journey, if that's your thing.
I mean, that sounds just lovely, doesn't it? She looks at Silas.
Yeah.
Tell me, there wouldn't be any kind of nasty nature we'd have to worry about, like any kind of animals coming up while we were there? No giant moles having a breeding season this time of year? That they would lay their babies at the water's edge and leave them, so we'd have to deal with that.
I'm not sure of that. But talking about moles, that reminds me. You might have to deal with some... There are... hold on, let me... I had the name of a bird in mind, and it's just flown out of my mouth, and I can't...
Oh, birds, yes.
Oh, yes, there are giant... dire flamingos that they do hang around water sources, and they do hunt moles if they can. It's not the primary part of their diet. Mind you, these are pretty large. I think they typically go after smaller ones, but excuse me, I looked into Wikipedia at birds in Greece, and the most interesting
flamingos.
The most interesting one that popped up in that list.
They're bastards on moles.
They're
I would
web
call them a
feeding
heron, but I don't recall if herons live in that area.
I can't breathe.
Herons are wetland birds as well. I think there's more egrets over in that area of our world.
I think an egret's what I was thinking of.
How? No!
Because all egrets are herons, but not all herons are egrets. That's what Google is.
You got an egret and a flamingo.
No. Egrets are the bird I wanted. But flamingo was the most interesting thing on the list when I had to Google it.
They're dire flamingos.
So it is, in fact, dire flamingos.
Walk up to giant moles, put their head up down and scoop them with their bills to eat them.
Yes.
Just pop them like chicken nuggets.
I'm going back to crafting.
Where are we?
You are in.
Silas is looking through his back phone, trying to figure out what the fuck kind of fuck ass animals are here.
Now, where did I write this? You were in Haragor. Oh, my face is fucking soaked right now.
Session is hurting my heart.
Yes, you'll find dire flamingos there, probably.
Oh yes. Well, they're okay. This is the point where I need to stop the conversation and go away. And I'm gonna take a sip of that drink.
Yeah. It tastes very sweet. It's hard to tell how much alcohol is actually in this, though.
Oh, I was expecting this to be worse. Well, I've got the information I need, Silas. If I know anything about large predatory birds like dire flamingos, that means there'll be prey like golem moles for them to feed on there. So that's probably our best choice, and it's a good water source. So there has to be pregnant moles coming up to lay their children on the surface of the dirt, so that their poor little innocent bodies are just exposed to the world for dire flamingos to eat before they're fully grown. So they can eat the worms from the side of the water.
Yeah, that's about right.
I think I need to go back to school because I
think that's
any of this. What is this place?
You can tell. Temenos makes a lot more sense.
Temenos is shockingly the most normal person from Algernon. They're like, who's that fucking square over there?
And that's the end of our episode. If you would like to ask us about the wildlife in Greece, you can always ask us at IDL_RPG on Twitter or under IDL.RPGS on Blue Sky. If you would like to ask me about marsupials and birthing cycles, you can hit me up on Twitter at BumbleScum. If you would like to escape it all and not have to deal with the same things your friends are going through, you can always get tips from Adam at Little Grove. If you would like to hit up the local bar and bath to find out what kind of flamingos are in your area, you can always hit up BakaZombie at ZombieBaka. If you would like to visit your sick mother and you don't know what you can say, you can always ask Kane for some advice at Kane_Wallner. And I think Kyle's just out of it. He's done. Goodbye.